Hi, Pepsters! Welcome to Pep Live Extra. I'm Rachelle, and our guest today is an English Filipino singer. He's also a former contestant of British Got Talent. Let's all welcome Charlie Green.
Hello, Rachel. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you.
Hi, Charlie. Wow, welcome back here in the Philippines. When was the last time since you were here?
My last time in the Philippines was 11 years ago. So it's been a long time, like way too long. So yeah, it's great to be back.
Oh my gosh. Okay, before we move on to our Q&A, let's have a little icebreaker first so that we'd get to know you a little better. Are you ready? We'll
I'm
play
ready.
this
I'm ready.
or that. All right. Okay. So we're gonna throw you some random questions, and you just have to answer it. Whatever comes to your mind first. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Beach or mountain?
Mountain.
Romantic comedy or superhero film?
Superhero.
Why did you laugh? I think you were thinking of something. All right. Phone in bathroom or no phone in bathroom?
It's got to be phone in bathroom, I'm afraid.
Why? Why is that? You always on call? It always
Because it's just habit, and I try not to take it in because it just means that you're there way too long. But it's just a habit. It's there, and I have to use it, and then I'm like half an hour, and everybody's waiting for me. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Walk or drive?
Walk.
Walk. All right. Be embarrassed or be afraid?
Be embarrassed for sure.
City or countryside?
Countryside.
Countryside. Text message or call?
Call. Call is better.
Lights off or lights on?
In what context? Lights on.
When you sleep.
When I sleep. Lights off. Lights off for sure.
Totally. All right. Okay. Show or tell?
Show.
Okay. Wow. Those are interesting answers from you, Charlie.
Is that not what you were expecting?
Not much, because I figured that you were thinking of something when you were answering the questions earlier. So I was just curious what came to mind. But anyway, a lot of your Filipino supporters have been waiting for you to come back here in the Philippines. I think because it's been a while since you visited here. So can you share with us why you're here in the Philippines now?
Well, really, it was. I guess it was a last minute thing. I mean, I've been wanting to come back for so long now, but unfortunately, with touring and other things, and then the pandemic, it just like never happened. But I was booked to do a gig in Guam, which we did last week. Amazing gig. And I said to my team here, I'd love to come back to the Philippines, one, to see my family and to see some friends that I haven't seen in so long, but also just to connect with the fans again, to see you guys, just to be here in Manila because it's been such a long time. And they said, for sure, we'll fly you to Manila. You can meet some people, see your family. So this is exactly, why I'm here. And then because of that, I've ended up having a little show which is happening tonight at the Winford Hotel and Casino. So I'm just singing, a few songs, taking some pictures and whatever, and just having a bit of a jam. And hopefully some guys will come down and we'll see each other. And so it's really, really exciting. But the plan is that I will be coming back next year to promote a new album and to do more concerts.
Wow, that's going to be exciting to see more. We'll get to see more of you next year here in
For
the
sure,
country.
for sure.
Okay, so what did you miss? Like, what did you is it the food, or were you thinking of going somewhere now that you're here?
Oh, for sure, the food. I love the food, and silly. I've missed Jollibee.
Okay.
I miss spaghetti. I miss the sweets, but we don't really have the sweet spaghetti in England, so I've been craving it. So and I only have one day left, so I need to have some sweet spaghetti today, or else I won't be happy. So guys, you need to fix it. But I've also missed
Okay.
family for sure. Like some of my family I haven't seen in so long, so it's been great to connect with them. And I miss the heat. I miss the hot weather. I miss that feeling of being in the Philippines. It's definitely a feeling that you don't get anywhere else. The people are so friendly. It just feels like coming back home. So for sure, I've really missed lots of things. But next time I come, I want to go to Cebu because my mum is from Cebu, and I want to go to her
Oh,
hometown. Exactly, yeah, and to see family there as well.
where in Cebu have you been there before?
I have. It's called Dumanhog, and it's provincial, so it's maybe a couple of hours from Cebu City, I believe. But it's been so long since I was there last. I think I was about 7 or 8 years old when I was last there. So it's been a while.
Cebu is a very good place. Is it near the beach? Your place, your mom's
I
place?
I don't think it's so close to the beach, but you know, maybe a couple of hours drive. It's nothing. We can go on the beach and have some food and party and have a swim in the sea. I can't wait.
I was just gonna ask how long you're gonna be here for. So it's gonna be a quick visit since you said that you'll be going home tomorrow.
For sure. Yeah, it's just a quick visit. But again, like the plan is to come back next year. So I really have some plans to release an album and to tour around here. So it's exciting. It's a short visit, but we've packed in quite a lot, which is great.
What are the songs that the Filipinos can expect from you tonight on your show?
Oh, tonight. Well, bit of a mix of some of the songs that people will know me for. Some of the standard songs, maybe "Fly Me to the Moon," songs like that, "Smile," but some more up-to-date current songs as well. Maybe something a bit newer. So I won't give it all away, but you'll hear a bit of a mix tonight
So you're gonna serenade the audience later. That's exciting,
for sure.
right?
For
Okay,
sure.
so Pepsters would love to know more about you. Can you take us back to that moment when you first discovered your love for singing?
That's really hard because I can only remember singing. Really, my family say that I was singing right from a little baby, so it's just been something I've always done. And right from 3 or 4 years old, I can remember practicing every day. I'd have a little toy microphone, a toy piano, a toy trumpet, and I would do my own concerts for the family. So it really, that's how it started. And my dad was a singer, so I remember just wanting to be like him, just to copy him. And then it just carried on really right until I did Britain's Got Talent when I was 10 years old. I was performing every day.
Wow. And I think I've read this. You were only 2 years old when you like performed in front of a huge crowd, like you were in a cruise or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So, I mean, it's a very vague memory for me, but I do remember being on the cruise ship and there was a talent show. And I got up from my seat, said to my dad, I want to sing. And I walked up to the mic and sang with the band on the cruise ship, New York, New York. So that was my first experience. And what happened when I finished the song, I had a little tin in my pocket of mints. I always used to like mints as a kid, but they were empty. And I got my tin of mints, and people would put money, coins inside my tin.
Oh my gosh.
I thought, that was a good business venture. So right from two
Right.
years old, I thought I need to be a singer because I like people putting these coins in my tin.
And then growing up, who are your influences? Like who mentored you?
Well, my dad was a big influence for me for sure. I love him so much, and he's a great singer, and he really sort of helped me. And he never pushed me, but I always felt his support, and he knew obviously the business, so could help me. But musically, so many people, right from Stevie Wonder to Frank Sinatra, and even I remember my mum playing records of people like Martin Rivera growing up, and Basil Valdez. So also
Wow.
OPM artists as well. I would listen on the way to school in the car.
So you know Tagalog songs or Filipino
Yeah, I
songs?
know. I know a few, and some of them only I would make up the words because I didn't understand what was. So I would sort of sing the tune, and my mum would laugh at me because I was just making up what I thought was Tagalog. But now I do know a few songs which I love, and I've performed in my shows as well.
So how would you describe your choice of music? Like your brand of music? Because I noticed that most of your songs are like standards or classic songs, old songs. But you're only how old now? 24?
Yeah, just 25. So hopefully, I'm
25?
still a young guy. Um,
Yeah, you're
you
very young.
know, I think it's come from my dad and the music that he played to me and my mum really as a kid. That's why I love the standard songs, like Sinatra and and other things like that. But I love all types of music. So I have original songs as well that I've recorded in the past, and looking forward to next year, I also plan on recording and releasing new material, so original songs, and also perhaps some new original Filipino and Tagalog songs. So that's the plan.
For for your original songs, do you plan it to be similar to the songs that you've been known for, or is it gonna be more a bit modern?
I think a mix. I for me it's important to, I guess, remember my heritage and what has sort of made me who I am with the music. But also
Mm-hmm.
moving forward, we all have to develop and try new things. And for me, I would like to also progress into some more modern stuff as well. So I think the balance of the two is kind of where I'm at. And I think the fans that come and message me say that they love to hear the standards, but they also want to hear new songs as well. So that is the plan
Mm,
moving forward, just to keep progressing and trying new things as well.
okay. So, you were only 10 when you joined British Got Talent, right? Is there something you've learned from your experience that you still carry with you until now?
I think for sure from that experience was that you never know what's going to be thrown at you next. So when I was on Britain's Got Talent, I didn't personally think I would even get through the audition. And I mean that. I was just there to sing, and what will be will be. In fact, I was very sick when I auditioned for Britain's Got Talent. I almost didn't audition. I was that close to just leaving. And something, and I believe something above, just gave me the inspiration to do it. And from that, I ended up going all the way through, to the semi-finals and stuff like that. So it was all a surprise. And then I thought it would end. And from that, I was called up to come to the Philippines literally within weeks, to perform, to meet people. I met all these amazing artists and worked with all the big, companies and whatever. And that came as a surprise to me. So for me, I learned that you just have to be ready to try new things, to take the opportunities, and when those opportunities come, that you have to be, on your game, ready to do the best that you can, and then more things will come.
Yeah, so I know you've recorded songs here in the Philippines in the past, but what have you been up to since then, during the time that we haven't seen much of here in the Philippines?
Yeah, so when I was working in the Philippines, and then I ended up going to Japan for a while and going to China and working quite a lot there. And the plan really was to come back to the Philippines. And then I started touring with the Osmonds. That some of your fans will remember the Osmonds. So I toured with them in America, and I toured with them in the UK as well for about 5 to 6 years. So I had a great relationship with them, but that meant that I was just currently touring for so long. And I had
Right.
plans to come back to Manila just before the pandemic. And then, of course, then we had the pandemic. So it's just been, a long time coming. But touring with the
Yeah.
Osmonds was a great experience. They're just amazing at what they do. And, I learned so much from them. And we toured all over the States, all over the UK. So, great 5 or 6 years with them.
Can you share maybe one or two memorable experience with them?
For sure. I mean, there's so many. That's so difficult to answer. But for me, I think one of them was, working and we're meeting Donnie and Marie in Vegas. They were, and what I got from them was just they were so humble and so nice, and they really knew how to treat the fans well. And that's something that I would, take forward with me, was that no matter how big they are, and they've been legends of the music industry, is that the fans come first. And that's hopefully, something that I am as well. I feel the same way. So I learned many things from them. But great memories of touring, going to Niagara Falls, and spending all night with them, just having fun. Great guys.
How about performing in the UK? What do you enjoy doing? Like, can you share something about what it's like performing for the people from your country?
Well, for sure, what I found more and more is actually that, as humans, we are all kind of similar. So I mean, it's great. We all love music, so we all have different quirks in the way. One thing I noticed is that here in Manila, people will clap very loud for maybe 5 seconds and then they stop. And, and in England, they don't clap so loud, but they just keep clapping and clapping. It's a completely different style. But many Pinoys come to my gigs in the UK, so sometimes it still feels like a Pinoy crowd, and though we're in England. So it's nice to see the integration of the British people and the Pinoy people all coming together. And I sing some Filipino songs as well, so that's fun.
And I remember you when you were younger, you performed with Rachel Ango in GMA for a show there. And then you still remember her? Like, have you seen her in the UK?
For sure, yeah. So we do occasionally actually talk, and I messaged her. Maybe it's got to be maybe a year ago now, but just asking how she is, and she's saying she's really happy, and she's having a great life there, and she's done some great stuff in musical theatre. So I'm so proud of her. We worked together in 2010, and on that album actually I worked with Rachel, who was incredible, and also Sarah Geronimo. So I had two great singers work with me on that album.
Yeah. You still remember them? Like, what's your favorite memory of them before? Like with Sarah?
Oh, with Sarah. Well, we toured the US together twice, so I have many memories that maybe that I could share. But we'd be here all day. But even just traveling on the tour bus, I remember. We had these limousines take us, but the one time we had a party bus, and we would travel from
Mhm.
the show to the hotel, and the music would be playing, and it was like a disco inside. And we'd all be sick because we were like dancing, but the car was moving at the same time. But we had
Oh
great
my
memories.
gosh.
Yeah, but we also had like Billy Crawford, Mark Bautista, all in the same tour. So it was an absolute thrill.
So that's great. You've actually worked with a lot since we've seen you here in the Philippines. And I think a few months back, I think it was just last August, you performed for British the Battle of Britain.
Yes.
British, is that it?
Yeah,
Did
for sure.
I say it right?
You got it. You're very good,
Yeah.
Rachel.
Can you describe where was that shown, and then how was it joining the event?
Oh, okay, yeah. So the Battle of Britain Proms is a very important event in the UK because it commemorates a battle during the war, which is a very special battle for British people. So this event was commemorating that day. So we had artists from all over the UK perform in a big field with thousands of people there, and I was blessed to be asked to perform at that event. So it was great. It was a fantastic thing to be a part of, performing with a live orchestra as well. So absolutely great.
And you've been busy this year. I mean, now that the pandemic, the protocols are easing up gradually. More and more events are happening, and you even went. As you've said earlier, you went to Guam. Did you also go to other countries early this year?
Well, because of the pandemic, really, this trip to Guam was my first. international
Oh,
trip
okay.
after COVID. So, I've been so blessed. And because of being able to come here to Manila, it's really made it special for me to come back and to get the ball rolling again and to see family. So now I'm excited to come back. I have so much material I want to share with you guys. So now I'll be back next year for sure.
Okay, so just a little bit personal. I'm gonna ask you, what is your life like in England? Like, what's your favorite hangout spot? You live in the countryside or the city?
So I live in a town which is kind of in between. So we're by countryside and we're not too far from the city. So, I really like playing sports. I like playing tennis. I love tennis. I go to the gym a little bit. I like playing a bit of golf. I like watching sports, going bowling, 10-pin bowling with my friends. So I love doing that, but I also like to go out and to walk, to climb hills. When you asked about mountain and beaches, the reason I said mountain is that I just love climbing hills and mountains and being on top and seeing the view. So that's something I like to do, when I can. Just time to relax in between shows. It's so important, to have that time to just calm down and to de-stress. And then again, you're ready to perform again.
Right. Where would you hike? Like, what places would you recommend to those who would, travel
Yes.
in the UK?
Oh, in the
Like,
UK. Good question. And I think the best for scenery is a place called the Lake District. So there are so many beautiful lakes and mountains, lots of walking area. I think what makes the UK quite special is the history. So we have a
mm-hmm.
lot of old buildings, really like thousands of years old that you can go and visit. So, it makes it different to everywhere else. I know my friends in America always say that when we come to England, we love to visit the countryside and to visit old places because we don't have that where we are. So for England, for sure, you need to go and visit the old places and the scenery. So the Lake District and maybe places like Oxford or Cambridge, really beautiful buildings, nice shopping if you like it. I feel like I am the promoter of England right now.
No, I'm asking because of course, the fans would also love to hear about, what your life is like in England. At the same time, a lot of people also go to the UK, like, for vacation. So I'm sure a lot of pepsters here who are, watching would love to hear recommendations straight from you, who's from there.
There
So
you go.
growing up, what are the you've mentioned that your mom made you listen to Filipino songs, but what are the other Filipino things that your mom taught you?
Well, my mum taught me that when you describe something or where some place is, you never describe it. You only use your head like this.
Okay,
It always
I
makes me
get
laugh.
that.
I will say- my mum will say, can you get the thing?" And I say, "What thing?" She'll go, "Hmm, hmm, over there." And I say, "Where is it, mum?" "Over there." "Hmm, hmm." And now I've started doing it because of her. And my friend,
Okay.
that's a Filipino thing. And I said, there you go.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that is a true
That's a
Filipino
Filipino thing.
trait. But the food for sure. I love kare kare is my favorite. So, and with the bagoong, the shrimp paste. So I love that. And I know for some people, my friends, that's a little bit, it's not their thing. So I give them chicken adobo or beef adobo and they love that. So um, I like to share some of the Filipino traits with my friends.
That's nice because it's very clear that your mom really cooks Filipino food at your house because a lot of the food, the local food that we have here. So some say that heartbreaks motivate singers. Like when you experience heartbreaks, you get to add more emotion to your songs or like that. So have you ever had one? Can you share it?
Very good. I think for me, actually, my life's been very good. Um, so I guess, which is why my music is more generally quite happy. because that is where I'm at. I lead a good life. I enjoy what I'm doing. I haven't had too many, like problems like that. So, personally for me, it's more jolly music. But for sure, sometimes I do tap into things that have happened in the past, whether it's like family or relationships, where I'm singing a song that I can, connect with that. Particularly things in the past, with relationships or family. But generally, I actually kind of like to err on the more positive side because that's who I am. And I think for me, Stevie Wonder is a big influence because when I listen to his music is so positive, even though he talks about so many different subjects in life.
Heartbreaks, right? Yeah.
Exactly, but it just comes out, and you can't help but smile. Um, so that for me is that he is a big inspiration. But yeah, I think you're right. You do tap into your own emotions and things that have happened in the past for sure, which I think give the performance an added bonus and makes it who you are.
Would you say that you're an old soul? Because you sing your songs with such emotion, even those that are not from your generation. So,
I think so. I think I am an old soul in many ways. I love the old music, and I really whatever music I listen to, I seem to go back to that style, to listen. And even in my spare time, I do listen to this music as well. Um, but I haven't really thought about it because I just, I guess I am myself. Sometimes I feel like an old soul, but sometimes I'm just raring for new things, for new music, for new trends. So I'm a bit of a mishmash in England. We call that a mishmash of styles. But for sure, the old school is in me, and I think that was given by my family for sure.
mm-hmm. All right. And then, are there any challenges that you faced as a singer? And how do you stay competitive in the business?
Challenges for sure are staying competitive because it's such a competitive market, but for me, it's key to stay true to to who you are as an artist and as a person. So I feel like I always have done that. But yeah, staying with the trend, moving with the times. I think a big one for me, and a lot of guys, of course, will relate to this, is when you go through the voice change when you're 13, 14. And I remember recording an album actually here in Manila and my voice breaking because I was going through the change. So that's something you have to deal with as a youngster, and actually that takes time. So for me, that's a real learning curve because for maybe 6 months I really couldn't sing when I was about 14. So I grew from that because it was tough. And I think going back to what you said before, those memories you use as you sing that remind you make the performance better because it means something. So the fact that I felt like God gave me my voice back was a real blessing for me, and it's and I sing because of that. I really feel thankful that I can sing again and that I can do it.
Right. And because that's usually the case, especially with male singers, right? Like yung
Yeah,
going through puberty. And I think you've learned patience as well, like during that waiting season, because must have felt frustrating not to be able to have, the voice that you've grown used to use when you were younger.
for sure. Yeah, completely. And I think, when we had the pandemic, I think I felt prepared, almost prepared for it in a way, because I'd had a time in my life where I couldn't do it. So I'd already knew how that felt to not be able to do the thing I wanted the most. And it was still tough, like for everybody else, but I felt like I'd experienced this in a way before and I was ready to deal with that again. So for me, the pandemic was tough, but I always felt like it was going to come back and that we would be able to do this again. And I always felt positive that I'd come back here to Manila and I could, see people again and perform again. So I had that hope inside me for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a secret. Always have that optimism, that determination, to just do it and just be ready, like you said earlier. Because when opportunities arrive, you don't really expect some most of them, right? And you just have to be there, right, on that spot, so you get your chance. All
Exactly.
right. And we're excited because you'll be coming back again next year.
For
So
sure.
um
I'm so
we'll
excited.
watch for we'll watch for more of you here in the Philippines. Okay.
Thank you.
And now, after we've learned a lot about Charlie, it's now time for our pep challenge. Okay. So our pep challenge is called versions. So here in versions, we give you a few. We've prepared some songs for Charlie, and he would do a different version of it, like his own version. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, you just have to sing a few lines. Don't worry, I know you can do this. Okay, number
Okay.
one.
Ba ba blah. Okay.
To
Ba
the
ba blah.
tune of Impossible Dream. That's the twist.
Okay. Are you ready? Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. One for the master, and one for the dame, and one for the little boy who lies down the lane.
Oh my gosh. You're so good, Charlie. I think
Do
you can nail
you think
this.
that will sell?
Um
Can we put that as a
yes.
single?
You have such a smooth voice, it's so easy and good to listen to you. My gosh.
Thank you.
Okay, number two. Itsy Bitsy Spider to the tune of Can't Help Falling in Love. Okay, can Charlie do this?
Wow. Can I do it? Let's have a go. The itsy bitsy spider crawled up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I've never done
You're
this
so
before.
good. That's it. We always have this challenge for our singers. So you're so good. I
Am I doing
mean,
okay?
yes, of course.
Yeah.
In your
Okay.
own version, like something that you're really good at. So it means that you're so good at, your singing standards and classic songs because this is tough, right? Like
Yeah. This is
um
tough.
okay. Number three, let's see if Charlie can do more.
Okay.
Number three, Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way to the tune of One Night by Elvis Presley.
Well, this one I had to sing the tune of "Tell Me Why," by Backstreet Boys, but I'm gonna do it in the style of Elvis Presley. Is that
Okay,
okay?
sure. You can do that. Yes.
Okay, ready? Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna feel this way. 'Cause I want it that way.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's good. That's very Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
All right, and our last. Oh no, it's our fourth. Right. Okay. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to the tune of I Got You Under My Skin.
Wow. You're really working me hard here.
I'm so sorry, Sir Rommel, our head, he knows a lot of good standards.
So Rommel, I'm coming for you. Okay, here we go.
Okay, can you do it? Ready?
Here we go. I'm gonna give it a go.
Okay,
Okay.
let's try.
You gotta click your fingers. A twinkle, a little star. How I wonder what you are.
Oh my gosh! Sir Rommel, naku, kayang-kaya ni Charlie ang mga kanta natin. Mukhang he's gonna ace this challenge.
Wow.
Okay? It looks so easy for you.
No, this I'm very nervous about this. Wow. This is more
Okay,
nerve-wracking than a concert.
okay, our last song for this challenge versions. Uptown Funk
Oh,
to the tune of Al Green's Let's Stay Together.
hang on. The lyrics. Hang on. You have the words here? I have my team just get the words for me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, call a friend. You can call a friend.
This hit, that ice cold, Michelle Pfeiffer, that white gold, this one for them hood girls.
Okay, wow. Thank you so much, Charlie, for being so game with our challenge. You did
Thank
so
you.
great.
Hey, did I pass?
Yes, for sure. For all the
You
five
sure?
songs, you were able to do your own version of them. So, okay, you got a perfect score. We gotta give it to
Thank you.
Charlie. Guys,
Thank
he's
you.
so good at this. All right.
Thank you
And
very
now,
much.
for our last part of this show, I think Charlie's gonna give us a sample of his very own cover song,
Okay.
whatever you would like to share with Pepsters, because we would love to hear you sing for us,
Okay.
even just a sample. They call it
For
a
sure.
sample here.
For
Okay.
sure. This is for all you guys, okay? I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. And I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? Talking about my girl, my girl, my girl.
Wow! Pepsters, Charlie Green, later tonight. This is now your chance to promote again your show. Where can we see you tonight and what we're gonna expect from you? You can also promote your upcoming projects or your social media accounts where Pepsters can follow you.
For sure, yeah. Hi, Pepsters. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. It's great to see you. Now, if you can come tonight to the Winford Hotel and Casino at the Hippodrome Bar at 8 p.m. doors open, I will be singing a few songs and greeting you. We can have a chat, have some photos. It'd be great to see you here. And hold tight for some more upcoming projects when I come to Manila next year. So get me on social media. Charlie Green on Facebook, on YouTube, official Charlie Green on Instagram. Please follow me there, and we can keep in touch, see what we're doing. And I'll be coming back next year to see you guys and for some new material. Salamat po. Mahal ko po kayong lahat.
Yay! Thank you so much, Charlie. Okay, Pepsters, you know the drill. Follow nyo kami sa aming Instagram account, sa aming TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and lahat ng social media platforms that is flashed here on the screen. And then, of course, log on to www.pep.ph for our mga latest na showbiz updates. Thank you, Pepsters. Once again, Charlie Green on Pep Live Extra. Bye, Pepsters!